welcome to my channel, Dina J from Around the Way. I am completely new to YouTube. I decided to join YouTube because I've been going through a life transition in the last 3 years that have like completely kicked my, derriere, because I don't know if I can curse on here yet. But anyway, and it caused me to think about a lot of the challenges that I had growing up and in my family, and how that played into where I currently am in life. So just a quick background. I am 39 years old and I have a 4-year-old beautiful boy, and I am 3 years removed from my divorce and 2 months removed from a very annoying custody battle in family court. It was so annoying. All of those things that I recently went through, I think could have easily been avoided had I been able to assess who I was and my identity a little bit more when I was growing up. A lot of the things that I endured were part of like my brokenness and unable to identify extremely important emotional and mental blockages that I needed to work through before I even entered a marriage or any serious relationship for that matter. And while I don't intend to necessarily focus on romantic relationship on my channel, I definitely want to talk through a generalization of life. I would just want to be an inspiration to women, and men alike, whoever decides to join me in this journey, or any other that decides to join me on this journey, because I think it's just important to share and be vulnerable, and I just want to make sure that I give of myself in a way that benefits someone, even if it's just one person out there. So thank you for joining my channel. A little bit more about my background, right? So as I mentioned, a mother, a divorced woman, all of that. And then I am also I work in corporate America, and I'm a sorority girl. Shout out to all my sorors. And, for those that don't know, that's Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. A lover of music and art, and I enjoy people and life. I am a true people lover. I would say I'm an extrovert with very, very visceral introvert qualities. So an ambivert, so to speak. My parents are from Panama, so both of them were born in the beautiful country of Panama. And I lived there when I was a little girl, born and raised in Brooklyn, and also raised in Miami. So I have a little bit of a worldly view from a lot of different perspectives, thankfully. But when I think about a lot of my childhood memories, some of it is rooted in amazing memories. I think my mother and sometimes my father did a good job in making sure that I had great experiences to reference, but then their relationship also contributed to a lot that I suffered through in childhood, adulthood, teenage years, etc. And unfortunately, I didn't get the opportunity to meet 3 of my sisters, biological sisters on my father's side until I was 16? Yeah, until I was 16 years old. And that pivotal moment in my life impacted so many things. I was kind of raised like an only child because I have one sister on my mom's side that's 15 years older than me, and then my sister on my father's side, who I was always in relationship with, she's 9 years older than me. Both of them were not in the household when I when I turned 3 years old. I didn't have anybody else. My sister that is on my mom's side, she, had children young and was a teenage mother, and she was off venturing into her world. So it just left me and my mother. And unfortunately, my father just made the choice not to be as consistent as he should have been in my life, and quite frankly in my sister's lives as well. But I'm trying my best not to speak on their experiences and just speak on my experiences. And why I decided to start this channel is primarily because the level of healing that I've had to do as a result of many of my life experiences and then my adulthood experiences as of late has been extremely challenging and painful. And painful. I've been in therapy now, let's see, potentially 12 years. Yeah, give or take. I've had 4 therapists. In between that, I had a therapist that I was like so like this with, and she passed away suddenly during COVID. I had my son during COVID. I was actually in the midst of my divorce during COVID. Once my son was born, like my divorce process was in full force in 2021, and then it's just been a proverbial blank split after that. So I've been having a lot of conversations with different women, and I think what I enjoy about myself is that I'm willing to say the things we think about out loud. Like, I'm willing to have the conversation. Let's have the tough conversations. Okay. I'm that person. I don't mind. And I think that my healing has allowed me to be courageous enough to talk about things that were embarrassing, painful, I was ashamed of, and just so that we can all like pull from one another and work through what healing looks like and support looks like, and having a tribe. In this channel, you'll hear a little bit of everything. I don't know where I'm going to start. When I decide on my next recording, as I, look at my strategy plan, I'll decide what video will be next. But I definitely wanted, of course, to give a warm introduction to who I am so that you can at least get a little bit of background as to why I'm here. And just a little bit about my channel name, like Dina J from Around the Way. So like I mentioned and alluded to, I was born and raised in Brooklyn for a little bit, then moved to Miami when I was a little girl, lived in Miami for a little bit. Then we moved to Panama. My dad had a booming bar and restaurant in Panama during the 90s, so I moved there with my mother to support him in that venture, and then moved back to Miami after we decided to leave Panama and they were no longer in relationship at that time. And then after that, I moved to New York, back to New York, and spent a little bit of my high school years in New York, and then a little bit of my high school years back in Miami, and then transitioned into college. I went to the best HBCU, Florida A&M University, one time for our Rattlers. But then, from that point on, I ended up here in Chicago, going to grad school and working and kind of starting my life, so to speak, in adulthood. So that's a little bit of like the segue into my channel name, Dina J from Around the Way, because I'm literally from a little piece of everywhere. So my culture and the exposure that I have is a little bit from everywhere. So definitely from around the way. And that's why I decided to call that. And Around the Way Girl by LL Cool J is like such a classic song. It came out way before I was born, but I absolutely love that song. So it just flows. Dina J from Around the Way. I'm bilingual, so every now and again you might catch me saying some things in Spanish, porque por aquí se habla Spanish. Yo hablo español y yo hablo inglés, ¿ok? Así que de vez en cuando voy a hablar mi español y vas a tener que tolerar eso porque yo soy una latina que le gusta hablar entre los dos idiomas cuando puedo. So, it's a nutshell of who I am. And like I said, I just really am starting to enjoy where I am in life right now. I can say that I'm starting to like myself again, and look at this as a way of servitude to anyone that may be questioning themselves and their identity and how they can fit in their transitions in life. So in my channel, I'll be talking to young women, the 20-somethings, the 30s. I'm in the 30s right now, and child, I thought I would have it all figured out, and I sure don't. I'm still figuring it out. Whew. Yes, and then at some point I'll be talking to 40s because I'm not too far away from 40. I love to engage. Like, I'm open to anyone joining me and just having open dialogue. I welcome it all. I might do some video vlogging at some point, you know, because every now and again I do exciting things, and me and my son get into a lot of fun stuff together. He's just like my best buddy, and I'm just so grateful for being his mother. But I'll do a little bit of that here and there, and just give you a little insight as to who I am in the most natural way that I can curate, all right, in this space. And I can be found on social media, of course, clearly on YouTube now as Dina J from Around the Way, but then I am also on Instagram as D Regal Lady, and TikTok with the same name or profile name, D Regal Lady. That's DHEEREGALADY, as you can see here. And you can find me there as well. I engage, I share, I talk about the ups and downs and all in between, and yeah, I'm looking forward to wherever this journey lands us. And anything that I talked about resonates with you, then please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I promise to be here consistently with you all and making sure that we are on a regular cadence so that you don't have to wonder where the heck I went, okay? So thank you for listening, and thank you for joining me here, and I look forward to the next time we see each other. All right?